chilly one out there today, but the good news, nice and bright. And we have some snow at the top of Mount Washington, obviously. When does it not?
Snow and ice. A lot of that is rime ice. In fact, I think my next map has the temperature up there on it. Let me just see here. Ooh, zero flat.
Wow.
0 flat. And that doesn't include the wind. You can see it's shaking the camera out there. Bit rugged.
And we're dealing with some wind chills today, right?
Yeah, it's cold. You know, the sun is saving it to me. It is cold, but I thought it would feel a little bit worse than it is. I think the sun rained down on me mentally. Feels a lot better. We're in the low 30s over southern and western Maine. There's that 0 Mount Washington top that we just showed you. So the wind chill's probably, I'm going to guess on this, 20 below, something like that, because it's obviously very breezy up there. 29 in Lewiston, 18 in Rangeley. To the north, temperatures are cooler. It's only 18 in Frenchville, 23 in Presque Isle. Here in the middle of the day, obviously something's wrong with that Belfast sensor. In the middle of the day, this is pretty cold for this time of the year. Our average high is 39, depending on your exact location. We do have, though, a lot of sunshine, so making it feel a little bit nicer out there. We talked extensively over the last month and a half about how the sun doesn't do a lot for our actual air temperature this time of the year. So it's all mental, but it does make a difference when you're out there, or if you're especially in your car or near a window. It feels nicer when the sun's there. That'll be the rest of today. Tonight, partly cloudy to mostly clear. Temperatures drop initially and then start to stabilize and actually warm up through the second half of the evening in a lot of spots. So we start around freezing tomorrow morning. And I think tomorrow is quite nice through the middle of the day into the afternoon. We're able to get into the 40s, some of us upper 40s, maybe a stray 50 down into York and southern Cumberland County for an hour or so, 2 o'clock or so tomorrow. And then the sun sets, temperatures drop back down, but it's not overly cold. On Friday night, temperatures get to about freezing for most of us, 20s into the mountains. And we kind of live in that 40 to 45 zone throughout the weekend with a good deal of sunshine on Saturday, starting with sun on Sunday, and then we do cloud up probably Sunday midday and into the afternoon. But quiet through the weekend. Anything you have to do should not be a problem, at least weather-wise. We're watching this storm system down to our south that'll ride up the coastline, and this has been pretty consistently modeled here as a rain event, and there'll be some wind involved too, coming in Sunday night through the entire day on Monday, perhaps through the beginning part of Tuesday. We're still dealing with some showers, and then we have to watch a secondary low. We talked about that, trying to give us unsettled weather through Wednesday. So it looks a little bit dicey through the first half of next week. More confident about Monday than the other days. And this is pretty much exclusively rain, 2 to 3 inches of rain coming through Sunday night through Monday night. That'll be most of when it comes through. And there will be a wind threat. And I feel more comfortable talking about that now because obviously being way out in advance, sometimes that changes. But it's been consistently around 40 to 50 mile per hour wind gusts out of the southeast. And that peaks, it looks like Monday midday or so. So kind of like the last event, we'll have to watch for some possible power outages there as winds are out of kind of a bad wind direction for us, and they're relatively strong. And at that point, we will have had a decent amount of rain too, and the ground's not completely frozen. So a lot going on there on Monday, and then it just probably is unsettled into early next week. I'm not sure exactly how that plays out. The model solution right now looks a little funky to me. Doesn't mean it can't happen. It just means it looks funky to me. So I would just say unsettled. Until then, though, nice and quiet, and then we'll try to nail down those wind gusts as we get a bit closer. Again, from the last storm, everybody learned, hey, wind gusts 3 days in advance, and then it shifts to the east, and it's a non-event. So I just want people to be aware of it, but try to stay with us because it can change a bit.
It's always better to be prepared.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, thanks, Keith.
Yep.